Somewhere in the middle of Central America, you're sitting in a small room buried deep underground. A screen lights up in front of you with no warning, no explanation. A presidential message telling you to initiate launch protocols. The person beside you stops breathing for a moment. So do you. Because the orders that appear on that screen is about to decide what the rest of the world looks like. Your hands move towards a key. Your partner does the same. And you don't know if you're about to save millions of lives or end them. That moment isn't a movie. It's something that exists right now. Beneath the American Midwest, deep under farmland and empty highways, there are people sitting in rooms just like that, watching quiet screens and holding keys, waiting for a message they hope never comes. They don't decide who lives or dies. They don't know what's happening in the world above them. They are simply part of a system that was built to end everything in a moment's notice. And that system has been active every day for more than 60 years. This is the hidden Doomsday network beneath America. Underground in the middle of the United States, there is a machine, a continent-wide system. It's called the Minuteman Missile Network. Most people imagine nuclear weapons as a handful of silos hidden in the desert. That's not what this is. This is more like a giant nervous system buried under 5 states: Montana, Colorado, North Dakota, Wyoming, Nebraska. These sites are all connected to be able to launch a coordinated retaliation. All of it is always on, always waiting. Its only purpose is simple. If the order ever comes, it must work flawlessly.
3, 2, 1, ignition.
The Minuteman Network was born during one of the quietest and most dangerous moments in human history.
Shall be the policy of this nation to regard any nuclear missile launched from Cuba against any nation in the Western Hemisphere as an attack.
In the late 1950s, the world was changing faster than anyone could control.
Requiring a full retaliatory response upon the Soviet Union.
The United States and the Soviet Union were building nuclear weapons by the thousands, testing them in the atmosphere, and watching mushroom clouds fill the air. For the first time, humanity had created something powerful enough to erase itself. Military planners began asking a terrifying question. What happens if someone decides to strike first? What if a single attack wipes out cities, leadership, and the ability to respond? All in a matter of minutes. That fear shaped everything that followed. Instead of putting nuclear weapons in one place, the United States spread them across the center of the country.
I call upon him further to abandon this course of world domination.
They built a web of underground bunkers, each one able to launch independently. The Minuteman system was designed to do something no weapon ever had before. It was meant to survive the end of the world. And in doing so, it quietly changed how the world behaved. When both sides had the ability to cause a devastating world conflict, no one dared to start it.
Only through such strength can we be certain of deterring a nuclear attack.
The Minuteman Missile program was revolutionary. It was the first of its kind, an achievement in engineering. However, that achievement was something so powerful and deadly that many people don't want to celebrate it.
In the event of a nuclear attack, retaliation, inevitable, immediate, devastating.
The Minuteman III missile, or ICBM, is able to travel over 6,000 miles and reach almost any target in 30 minutes or less.
Minuteman, a comprehensive weapon system, the product of accelerated development.
It uses 3 solid fuel propellant rocket stages, each of them firing in sequence as fuel depletes. This pushes the missile to incredible speeds before the final stage starts its freefall. Each missile stands about 60 feet tall, sealed inside a concrete silo deep in the ground. It's powered by solid fuel, which means it can launch in seconds, even after sitting idle for decades. Every system inside it was built to work in the worst conditions imaginable. When a launch order reaches it, there is no pilot, and no guidance from above. The missile navigates itself across the curvature of the Earth, adjusting its path in silence, flying farther than any aircraft ever could. 400 of these missiles are spread across the heart of the country, each one isolated, hardened, and waiting. Together, they form something far larger than a collection of weapons. They form a promise that no matter what happens to the world above, something beneath it will always be able to respond. Every group of missiles is controlled by an underground capsule called the Launch Control Center, or LCC. Every one of them is connected by buried cables to these underground control centers scattered across the plains. These bunkers were built during the height of the Cold War, engineered to survive direct nuclear blasts. They sit suspended on shock absorbers inside massive concrete capsules, designed to keep the people inside alive even if the ground above them is under attack. Inside each bunker, 2 officers sit side by side. Their world is small. A few screens, a few switches, a narrow sleeping area, and the constant low hum of machines that never stop running. They rotate through these rooms day by day, year after year, maintaining this system. Most of the time, their job is simple: monitor, wait, and stay ready. But if a real message ever appears, they become the final link between the outside world and the missiles buried across thousands of miles. It's not a discussion, not a choice. It's a command that must be followed. No one person can launch anything. It always takes 2 people. There is 2 sealed envelopes, 2 codes, and 2 keys. The keys are placed far enough apart that no one can ever reach both. Both officers must turn them together. It is designed that way so no single human being can ever end the world. But once both keys turn, the machine takes over. And the missiles don't wait. Without hesitation, they leave their silos, soar through the sky, and head for locations whose names you will never know. This system was built for a moment in history when the entire world became afraid. In the 1950s and 60s, the United States and the Soviet Union were racing towards something neither of them fully understood. Both sides were building nuclear weapons faster and faster, but no one knew what would happen once they were actually used.
The Soviet Union and its allies have shown a steady and continuous improvement in both the quality and the quantity of their weapons, equipment, and training.
What if, one morning, an enemy launches everything they have before you even know what's happening? That fear is what created the Minuteman network. It was built to ensure self-defense, as well as a threatening presence.
Should that deterrent fail, face the tragedy of another war with any hope of survival.
If your enemy had the capability to wipe out an entire country, why would you ever start a war with them in the first place? By spreading hundreds of missiles across the middle of the country, burying them under thousands of miles of land, and by connecting them to a web of underground bunkers, the United States made itself impossible to erase. Even if everything above ground was destroyed, this system would still be there. It was designed so that the worst possible decision anyone could ever make would always be answered swiftly. And because of that, for more than 60 years, no one has dared to test it. And that brings us back to the people underground. They are ordinary people. People who go home to families. People who hope they never see that real message. They sit inside a machine that's older than most of them, holding keys that could change everything. Their entire job is to be ready, to unleash a destruction that can never be taken back. Somewhere beneath the farmlands of the United States, two people are sitting in a room that almost never changes. They have spent years here, and they will spend many more. Above them, the country moves through another ordinary day, but none of it reaches this place. A vast underground network stretches outward in every direction. Bunkers, cables, and missiles, woven together like something alive, quietly listening. Every part of it exists for a single devastating moment that may never come. The people in these rooms carry that weight with them, and so the world goes on, with a devastating power always waiting beneath it. A nation's safety resting on something that could end everything. Above ground, kids go to school. Traffic fills the highways. Families gather around dinner tables. And somewhere below ground, someone is always waiting.